going on, guys? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day today. So today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. So I was over on Twitter and I posted a tweet about an experience that I had the other day, about a phone call, someone that I had spoke to, and the post, you can kind of see the post right here if you want to check that out on X. It's gone relatively viral. Over 70,000 views for me. For me, that's like 10 times usually what I get over on Twitter. And what this topic was about was a phone call that I actually had with somebody who I trust very, very much and I respect. And this individual has been in the legacy banking system for quite a long time. They opted out of it, due to the corruptedness of the traditional finance system, etc. And they've been doing only just crypto for the past several years. And they also run one of the most successful OTC desks, which literally serves mostly high net individuals. So these guys are seeing millions of dollars pretty much coming in and coming out on a daily basis, right? In fact, I believe their smallest trade that they will even do is a minimum of $30,000. So anyway, to get to the point, in my previous video, which I noticed a lot of people didn't really like my previous video due to the fact that, we have been completely bullish all through the year of 2023, while a lot of people were very bearish, calling for $10,000 Bitcoin or, $6,000 Bitcoin. And we said, no, we said this is a generational opportunity. And we did, in fact, pump 150%. And as the ETF news came out, a lot of people were saying to themselves, well, see, this is a sell the news event, and Bitcoin's price fell from $49,000 to sub $40,000. And we had pointed out in a video, my previous video, about the 0.618 fib, about how the fact that we do tend to see retracements from these levels, often we do have sideways consolidation, which suggests that maybe Bitcoin doesn't see a new all-time high until possibly Q3 of this year, right? Or even farther, maybe Q4. So this is what I was discussing with this individual. And what he said to me was actually a little bit shocking. We were texting and he's like, listen, we got to get on a call. I need to talk to you about something. I said, okay. So I'm discussing with him what's going on in the markets. And he said, listen, all the TA that you have done the past 15 years leading up until this point, you might as well just completely erase it. He said that Bitcoin has officially entered a new paradigm. And apparently what they're seeing is that the demand for Bitcoin has been exponentially increasing and inflows have actually been starting to take over the outflows. And what he said was that Grayscale Bitcoin and the FTX situation and the $36 billion that are locked up is why we're seeing this price suppression. And he basically said to me that you would be crazy to not be backing up the truck right now and loading up on Bitcoin. Now, the reason I'm bringing this to you is because I am probably one of the biggest Bitcoin bulls ever. And when he gave me his end of the year price target, let's just say it's a lot higher than anything that I've said on this channel. So this is where I have that conflict, right? Because I try to be disciplined. I try to be level-headed, right? And trust me, I believe Bitcoin's going to $1 million in our lifetime. But obviously what we're seeing in the charts and what I've been looking at for, 7 years on this channel, it's telling us that we should be optimistically cautious, right? And I'm not seeing any bear market. I'm not seeing Bitcoin going down to 15,000 or anything like that. But I wasn't really expecting anything crazy maybe until the end of this year, right? He's telling me, forget about it. He says, now that we have these ETFs, now that we have the institutions in, this is a completely different animal. And the TA, the technical analysis that used to work, will not work anymore. So this is obviously a very conflicting situation because as people who watch my channel, I know you're watching and a lot of people come to me for advice. I'm not perfect in any way. I have been in these markets probably a lot longer than most people, I will say that. And you know how it goes, a day in crypto can sometimes feel like a year. So imagine 8 years in crypto. It feels like I've been doing this my whole life. But my point I'm trying to make is that we need to stay focused and we need to not let our emotions get involved, okay? At the end of the day, these guys want your Bitcoin and they're gonna do whatever they have to. They're gonna manipulate it up, down, crab. They're gonna do everything they can to make you as emotional as possible. And what I'm most scared about, this is what I'm scared about. Maybe his situation does play out. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe we don't follow the old cycles, and maybe as soon as this GBT selling is done, it's just a straight up to the moon, moonshot, 100K and higher, right? That is one possibility. We can't rule that out because it's never happened before. And I would be lying to say that I truly knew, because I don't, because I've never had to do a technical, do TA while we have an ETF approval, right? We don't know how that's going to affect things. So I don't know. But again, based on history, and I do believe, show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. This is why I put out that video, to be optimistically cautious. However, that being said, whether he's right, whether I'm right, or whether it's somewhere in the middle, I think we can all agree that this is probably the last generational opportunity for any average individual to get and hold some Bitcoin at a price that is least actually obtainable by most average people, right? Which is why I say you have to get to at least one Bitcoin. And I know it can be boring, and I know the returns don't seem as great, okay? And yes, it's fun to speculate in the altcoins. It's fun to speculate in all these markets. And, I have a, small portion of altcoins as well. I'd be lying to say I didn't. Of course, with the goal, hopefully, to accumulate more Bitcoin. We'll see how that goes. But at the end of the day, you have to take these opportunities for what they are. Because what would be worse? Think about it. Would it be worse if we went sideways and we bounced between 30 and 48 to 32 to 47 or something like that for the next 6 months, and everybody got bored and most people would leave, missing the greatest opportunity? They'd get bored out of their mind, right? They'd stop watching the videos. They'd stop dollar cost averaging, right? Most people would do that. And then BlackRock's going to be sitting quite pretty, and all these institutions are going to be buying up your cheap Bitcoin, right? So would that be the worst? Or would it be worse to just watch Bitcoin skyrocket to $100,000 basically overnight, and you're sitting there asking yourself, why didn't I accumulate more? So the reason that I'm making this video, I know everyone's like, get to the point, should I buy, should I sell? It's not about that. The point that I'm trying to make is that regardless of what the outcome is, I have my personal opinions based on statistics, okay? I'm just looking at the charts. It's non-emotional. And he's telling me from a completely different perspective, banker for years, in crypto for 4 years, and he's seeing the demand and he's seeing the increases, and he's getting phone calls from these very high net worth individuals. I can't mention names, but one person was looking to do a $300 million trade. Yeah, seriously. So, you just got to ask yourself, are you prepared for either of these situations, and what are you planning to do up until that point? So for me, guys, personally, I continue to accumulate at these levels because I think that in, 5-10 years, or even just 3 years from now, is it really going to matter if Bitcoin got a correction, let's say down to 25, and you bought at 25 or you bought at 38? When it's 500,000, 600,000, Kathy Wood's $1.2 million by 2030, when it's that per coin, do you really care at that point? So I just wanted to bring you this quick video. If you got all the way to the end, please slap a like on this video. I know this is a very different type of video. We're not going to do this all the time. It was just, I was surprised by the response that I had got over on X, and I wanted to share this with you. So take it with a grain of salt, take it for what it is. I'll continue to look at the charts. If we see certain levels get taken out to the downside or to the upside, I will let you know honestly what I'm looking at. But again, they're telling me that it doesn't matter. Bitcoin's going up. Back up the truck is basically what they said. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I know this was a super different kind of video. My family's actually coming down to visit me today, so that's why I figured I'd do this rather than put out an actual video. But we will keep updated, and if I see or hear anything in the news, make sure that you guys get subscribed to this channel. If you're not, we are going to cover more of the news as well as the charts. And if you don't see me post over here, it's probably because I'm posting over on X, over on Twitter. So if you guys want, you can follow me below on that as well. And of course, if you guys, are looking to trade, there are a lot of opportunities. I obviously, I tell you the setups, I tell you the levels, I let you know what I'm looking at. We got the CME gap, right? We talked about that for months. That worked out. So sometimes the charts work. That's all I'm saying. So I love you guys. Let me know. Do you agree with him? Do you agree with me? Do you think maybe it's a little bit in the both? You think everybody's crazy? What do you guys think? I love you. You're awesome. Until next time, if you guys want, you can trade right here. This is Apex. This is a great decentralized exchange. Very, very minimum fees, like 20 to 60 cents per trade. Check that out if you're not into the centralized thing. Or we do also still have those bonuses, of course, on LevX and CoinCatch and others. So until next time, guys, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.